One of the amazing effects that you can do is simply change images based on your cursor movement. You could see it automatically changes the images based on your cursor location on this image. So if it's in the left column, it shows the first one, second one, and third one like this. Same with this one, where you could actually use multiple images to give like a 3D look of your project or something. Maybe you create some what you call like tables or just some miniature stuff, and you can actually use that to show some 3D effects too. And these buttons also change it, and these are optional. Maybe this would help for mobile or tablet devices, so you can have this button be hidden for desktop and only show for the touch devices, so that it's easy. But also even in touch devices, people can actually change it based on your based on their touch. So how about we get started and make it? It's pretty easy, so let's get started. And before getting started, I want to show you this new page that I created called Browse Designs on my website, where you could go into any one of them and start checking the designs that I've made. All of them have tutorials on how to make them, and also some of them have free templates, some of them have paid templates, and anything that has paid templates has free tutorials which you could make from scratch if you don't want to buy any paid templates. And you could say this makes it easy for you to see all the effects that I've made. Not all of them, but like 80 to 90% I've added in this website on these pages. So you could just check all the effects that you could use, or something that would help you make the website look even better. And you could see there are like more pages, and I still haven't added all of them, because previously you had to go into like each each product and then click on live demo. But again, if you can go to the product page and download the template, there are free and paid. And if you go to live demo, basically it takes you to the page where you could check it. But again, but the main reason for it was like to quickly browse through all the effects that you could add to your website. So check that, and also make sure to check my product and blog page. There are few stuff that I haven't really added in these pages because it doesn't make sense to add it in here, but you could check my blog and this stuff. So the first thing first we need to do is we need to have a container. Now I'm using the old containers, but it's up to you whether you want to use the old or new one. I'm going to make it 250 by 300. This is all like optional. It's up to you how you, not optional, but rather how you wish to do it. I'll just call it a scrubber wrapper, just so that we know which one it is. And inside of this, I'll add my images. So let's add image. This one would be the first image. Now the next part is we will duplicate this with any number of images that we want. So let's say I want 3 images, or maybe even 4. Let's do 4, and let's see. So these are the 4 images that I added. One important thing I would say is click here and make sure every one of them have like 100 width and 100 max width. It's better to do all the settings for one of them and then duplicate it, instead of duplicating it first and then need to go in every single one of them, and it takes time. So just make sure to do all the settings for one of them and then duplicate it. Next thing, we will add arrow, which is optional. The way we do it by adding icon, it's up to you how you want to add it. If you have images, you could use that. If you have anything else, just like, I don't know, like another container or video, whatever you wish to. I don't know why you would do that, but this is all we need. Next thing is, in our scrubber wrap, outside our scrubber wrapper, we will actually add an HTML widget. This is where we will add the code, which would be available on this page. I'll link in description. So this code is very basic. I'll explain to you how to customize it. Now let's go down in this page and copy the code and add it in the HTML widget. And I like to make the HTML widget hidden by going into responsive and hiding it, because I don't want it to take any space, right? Else it would take space. So it's not going to work directly. So what we need to do is we need to go back to this page and copy these bold letters. So DM scrubber, this one would be given to our scrubber wrapper. Let's add it. Let's copy DM scrubber image, img, and give it to the images. Technically, it will also work for containers. So if you added like more containers instead of images, you could also use that. Just give them the same CSS class, DM scrubber img, and everything just disappeared, which is totally okay. And then let's go back to this one and let's give DM left arrow to the left arrow. and DM right arrow to the right arrow. Now I want my first image to be visible, right? So in our first image, we'll go back to CSS class, and after our DM img, I'll do space and type active. And that way the first image would be visible. You could see. So you could see our image doesn't really reach till end. And that is because the way Elementor has created the HTML, they have actually wrapped the img into a div. But again, you don't need to understand, but what we need to do is we need to give it the same height as our scrubble wrapper. You could see. And let's give all our stuff, all our images the same height. One important thing I forgot is going in here and doing cover so that it covers the size, and you need to do it for every one of them. So this is why actually at the start I said to do all the settings first and then duplicate it. I should have done it that way, but I guess let's just keep it this way. Okay, so image, you make it 100, give a height, turn this to cover, do everything, give it the CSS class, and then just duplicate it. That way you don't have to go in manually and do for each one of them. And for the icon, I'll actually use position absolute and do 50% from top. So you could see from 50% it's actually going around here, so the top part is actually in center. But I don't want that way, right? So I'll go into transform, go to offset, and in this offset Y I'll do -50. That way it would be in center, but I also want to move it on the left side, so we can actually move it this way. If you want, you could keep it this way too, like on the top of the image, but I want it outside, so I'll do -60 like this. For the right one, let's quickly do it this time. Absolute 50, this time I want on the right side, and do 60, -60, and transform, offset, -50. That way it would be in center. So 50, offset 50, so position absolute top 50% and -50% in the transform. Now if I do publish and preview, it should technically work. Let's see and confirm. Yep, it is working. You could see the first column, second column, third column, fourth column. See, and let's see the buttons, and the buttons also work. And you could even go into the buttons and do responsive and hide it for the desktop, so that way it would not be visible for the desktop, only for the mobile. So it's up to you whether you want to do that or not. And let's first see some customization that we can do. So this is the code that we copy pasted, right? There's not much of things that you can do for this one. The only customization that I can tell you is this opacity 0.15. So you could see that this one actually fades in like this. So if you check in here, in this effect, if we do fade, it would not look good. You could see, but because I've set this to 0, like the transition opacity 0, instead of 0.15, it is able to switch like this. So if I refresh this page, you would say this is how it would look. It's not looking good, right? Because it's doing transition for 3D effect. But this one, it's okay because the image is changing completely. But if you are using for something like 3D like this, then I would suggest doing opacity 0. That's all there is to it. There is nothing else that you can do. Just everything else is just, you know, choosing the color, placing where you want. If you want to make the image be like 10 border radius, you could do that and all that stuff. So it's up to you. Quick overview of what we did. We created a container, we gave it a height and width, then we added the image, we made the image have the same height, we turned this to 100, we gave it border radius, we turned this to cover, and then in the advanced we gave it a CSS class. And for the active one, for the first one, we simply added active, rest of them have normal ones, you could see. And then we added icons. For our arrow, we gave it this CSS class, left arrow and right arrow. We used absolute 50% from top, and then transformation -50 from Y like this, and the rest of it is just placing everywhere. And again, you could create any number of stuff, it will work without any issues. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.